gonna get a speaker. That's what I'm gonna get. And I'm speaking. All right. Hey, Shalom. Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of GEN.YAHANNA. And what we do, we go out to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible. And tonight what we're going to talk about is how, first of all, let's just clap it up for the Most High in Christ, for how glorious that Passover was, and how glorious that Hebrew Academy was, that graduation. And, you know, I'm gonna just say it's an unwritten rule that you gotta wear your cover the first class you teach. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm hot as ever. But like how we suffered out on that field, I'm gonna suffer today. Being hot in this cover because, you know, it was an honorable thing that all the brothers went through. They graduated, you know, so out of respect for all the brothers, you know, first class, back from Passover, definitely gonna rock this cover even though it's hot as ever. You feel me? But yeah, it's time to stop being a coward. You feel me? And that goes with the topic. You feel me? Me wearing this cover in this hot room. You feel me? It's time to stop being a coward because we only got so much time left before Christ's return. You feel me? I know a lot of people been hearing that for the longest, but the signs is showing. You feel me? The wars, the COVID, all this stuff, the signs is showing that Christ's on his way back. Christ is definitely on his way back, and it's time for us to stop being cowards. So if I could get into the scriptures, because we do everything biblically on I.S.U.P.K. under command of GEN.YAHANNA. But go to Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. And the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp.
All right, now what you got to understand is it was a time we was in slavery. It was lucky. I ain't lying about that heat. Might have to take this off in a minute, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, though. One time we was in slavery in Egypt, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We was the slaves in Egypt. We the people that built Egypt up to make it a great kingdom to still to this day black people want to be attached to it. You feel me? Just same way when we left out of Egypt, we didn't want to go, but we had to because we was thrown out. It's the same way it's going to happen in America too. And there's a lot of people, I'm telling you, going to die. Harriet Tubman said something like that, I think. Well, like she could have freed more slaves if they knew they were slaves, something like that. You feel me? And we getting freed out of Egypt, and it was people that they didn't want to act right, basically. You go ahead. We're going all the way to 16.
Come, sir. Verse 2. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched.
Right, because you're gonna need a man, you feel me, to rule over the congregation. You feel me? And right now that man is Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You feel me? He's the man that the Lord appointed to over Israel right now. And that's why Commander GEN.YAHANNA always says all camps come together. You feel me? Drop whatever colors y'all rocking and come put on all black. Come to the Passover. We invite everybody to our Passover. Nobody invites us to theirs, even though they say we causing division and this and that. Don't nobody invite us to their Passover. Not like we gonna go, but they don't even invite us. We invite everybody to our Passover, even if you in the truth or not. You go ahead.
Verse 3. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them.
You keep going.
Verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell in a lusting.
Right, a mixed multitude. Now, the Christians say that these was heathens. That's what the Christians say. The Christians say these is heathens and stuff like that. But no, the mixed multitude was people that believed and people that didn't believe. And that's how it's going to be when we leave out of America. It's just, man, there's a lot of people going to get put to death. You feel me? A lot of people going to get put to death. And that's why they call us a hate group. Because we just telling you the truth. The truth hurts, man. And a lot of people, the same way in Egypt we fell a lusting. You feel me? The same way people gonna leave up out of here. When we leave up out of here, people gonna fall a lusting, man. But if you don't make it on them chariots, just know you one of them people that was gonna fall a lusting. You feel me? Because the people that stand with Christ, they gonna make it on them chariots and watch this place burn to the ground.
And the children of Israel also wept again and said, who shall give us flesh to eat?
Right. They complaining about food. You feel me? Complain. That's just black people. That's why I say this is blacks and the Hispanics, man. This is not no white Jewish man over in Israel. This is black people always complaining about everything. You go ahead.
We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt.
Right,
freely.
and that's what we're going to say. Wait, right, freely. Just like when we leave up out of America, we're going to remember the Wi-Fi. We remember the Wi-Fi. What's the Wi-Fi code? I'm telling you, Salaki. I'm telling you, that's how it's going to be when we leave out of America, man. That's why I say it's time to stop being a coward, man. If it wasn't no better time than any, it's right now. Because the same way they left out of Egypt and they was talking about, remember the fish, what did they say, the fish, right? The fish that we did eat freely, we're going to be worried about the food stamps that we got from the government. You feel me? We're going to be worried about all the Nike and Adidas and all type of stuff like that, man. You keep going.
The cucumbers and the melons.
Oh, right. You feel me? All the free stuff. Because think about how much free stuff you get. You go to Walmart and just get whatever you want. That's not going to happen when we leave up out of here. When we leave up out of here, it's going to be rough. You feel me? It's going to be rough, but that's what has to happen so we can break the mold and get into our kingdom that's going to last forever. Because, you know, they always talked about the everlasting kingdom. But every kingdom that ever stood on this earth fell to the ground. That shows you that Christ's kingdom has not stood yet. You feel me? This is not Christ's kingdom that we're living in. This got to pass away. It got to pass away. You go ahead.
And the leeks and the onions and the garlic. Verse 6. But now our soul is dried away. There's nothing at all besides this manna before our eyes.
Right. So now they when they say their souls is dried away, they gave up faith. They you got to understand, this is after they just split the Red Sea. This is after Moses split the Red Sea, all them plagues in Egypt, and they say their soul is dried up because they don't got free food. All they eating is the manna. You feel me? That came from out the sky. Go ahead.
And the manna was the coriander seed, and the color thereof as the color of bdellium.
You keep going.
And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in the mills, or beat it in the mortar and baked it in the pans, and made cakes of it, and the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. And when the dew fell upon the camp at night, the manna fell upon it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent. And the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased.
Right, just unsatisfied. You feel me? Just unsatisfied with the Lord freeing us out of Egypt, man. Gotta complain. This is black people. This is black people complain. You got freed out of slavery and you still complaining. You feel me? Still complaining, and that's why I say time is now to stop being a coward, because we can't go through that again. You feel me? This time we gotta take it with stride. All the stuff the difficulties we finna go through after this country fall for what they did to black people and Hispanic people and Native Indian people.
And Moses said unto the Lord, wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me?
Right. So Moses just saying, like, you know, this is just too much to bear. Like he basically saying like he needs some men under him. You go ahead.
Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them? That thou shouldest say unto me, carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth the suckling child, unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers.
Right, because they still in the wilderness. That's another reason why they complaining. They still in the wilderness.
Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. I am not able to bear all this people alone, because it is too heavy for me.
Right, which is true. You feel me? That's why you got to have rank, order, structure, and stuff like that. That's why in the I.S.U.P.K. we got generals, captains, officers, troopers, sisters in every major city. You feel me? Because it would be too much to bear. You feel me? We got rank and order. That's basically what he's saying.
And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness.
Right. So basically he's saying, like, he don't want to, like, fall into temptation because of all these people he got to deal with, which will happen. That's why the Christian church is the way they is. Because they cater to the people. You feel me? They cater to the people, and the people wants to live in wickedness. That's basically what we've been reading.
Verse 16, and the Lord said unto Moses, gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom thou knowest to be the elders of the people, and officers over them.
Right, and officers over, that's biblical. Like, as I say, everything we do is biblical. You feel me?
And bring them unto the tabernacle of the congregation, that they may stand there with thee.
Right. So yeah, that's basically Moses saying like he needs some type of rank and order structure, because there's just too many people that he got to deal with, and he don't want to fall into wretchedness, which is temptation and none of that stuff. You feel me? Which is true, because that's what'll happen. You feel me? All these people, but that's why the I.S.U.P.K. we is on the scene. We on the job. We already got that already established. All we need is y'all to stop smoking weed. Stop having sex with your brother's wife, and you feel me? Stop whoring out your sisters and selling drugs and all the evil stuff that ain't done nothing for us. And none of that stuff did nothing for us. But that's what we gonna say we miss. When this place burned down to the ground, that's what we gonna say we miss. All that evil stuff. That's what they really meant. They ain't care about no damn cucumbers or no damn garlic. The hell is they talking about? They wanted that evil, wicked stuff that they used to do. They wanted to continue in that, and Egypt let them do it, just like America let blacks and Hispanics do it here. So yeah, you could drop that and go to Matthew 10 and 32.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
Right. So basically, it's like you living, you feel me, your life according to the way Christ actually wants you to. You feel me? He gonna present that to the Most High. You feel me? Hold on, let me get that with you right quick. I was checking the stream. Matthew 10 and 30. Yeah, you go ahead and read that from the top.
Come, sir. Verse 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men.
Right, and that's what we doing right here in I.S.U.P.K. We confessing Christ before men. We go out on the street corners and tell everybody Christ is a black man and he coming back for his people. He coming back for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They killed Christ. They hung him on a cross, man. He sat there and bled for hours and hours and hours, man, in pain and agony. You feel me? So how can we not go out there and confess? You feel me? What he did for us, man. Go ahead.
Him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven.
And that's the reward. You feel me? You doing what Christ said to do, which is keep the laws and commandments. You feel me? Until you die. He gonna confess that to his Father, man, which is our Father, the Most High.
Verse 33. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
Right, and that's the Christians. Feel me? The Muslims, all these black people. That's why I say time is to stop being a coward, man. Christ said out his own mouth that he's going to deny you, man. You feel me? In front of his Father, man. You feel me? You sitting here talking about you an Egyptologist, or you from Africa, you an African booty scratcher, whatever. You sitting here doing all this pump faking. You sitting here, you want to worship Virgin Mary, you want to worship white Jesus. All this, man. Christ said he going to deny you, man, in front of his Father, man. He got up on the cross and died for us, man. You feel me? How many of y'all would get up on a cross and die for somebody, man? You won't do it because we selfish. All you care about is garlic and cucumbers.
Verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
That's right.
I am not, Slakia. I came not to send peace.
Right. So Christ said, think not that I come to send peace on earth. That's why y'all don't understand. That's how you know Christianity is not real. Because it ain't nothing but peace in Christianity. They don't get the flack we get. They don't get called a hate group. They ain't in court fighting for their kids, man. But we are. They molesting their kids. You feel me? They having sex with every woman in the church that they can, married or not. The women we have sex with, we keeping them for the rest of our life. Come on, man. I have not come to send peace on earth but a sword, man. Christ is coming to destroy all them philosophies, man. All that one man, one woman shit. All that stuff, man. Interracial dating. All that stuff that Christianity say is cool. Christ is coming to destroy all of that, man. That's why I say time is now to stop being a coward. You keep going.
I am come not to send peace, but a sword.
But a sword, he causing division. Christ coming to cause division. You feel me? And the same way back then, they thought that Christ was coming with some whole new doctrine and stuff. When he said, no, I did not come to destroy the law, I came to fulfill. They thought he was coming with some new stuff when he wasn't. Just like right now, he coming with the same stuff they keep telling us is old. Oh, y'all listening to that Bible, that's old. Well, Christ coming back to fulfill this with a sword, man. You keep going.
Come.
Going all the way to 39.
Come, sir. Verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father.
Right, a man at variance against his father. You go in the house and you tell your daddy that you ain't eating no pork, man. No shrimp, crab, lobster. And he just sit there and spent all his money on it for dinner. He'll look at you like you crazy. You feel me? Go ahead.
And a daughter against her mother.
Right, and daughter against her mother. Like, think about the sisters in the school. You feel me? Who mothers is against them. Just because they keeping the commandments. Because they wearing a dress. Wrapping their hair. Being submissive to their man that they chose to give their body to. Come on, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. One of my ribs, she say her sister told her, that you married? Like, how you married? Like, you too young to be married. You feel me? I'm like, damn, so they just, like, they want our sisters to be hoes. That they own family want them to be hoes. You feel me? That's the crazy thing about it. Like, you married? What you mean? You married? I'll go ahead.
That's like it, sir. If I could, it'd be, a lot of times it'd be the mama that tells the daughter that she's too young to settle down.
That's it.
She needs to go out and experience things.
That's the one I was looking for. That's the one right there. And man, look, a rib I was dealing with when I was in the world. Mama told her that about me. She said, why you so serious about him? Go experience life. You feel me? Now, I was in the world too, so I didn't care. I'm like, oh, damn, that's crazy. But now thinking back on it, like, man, that was evil. That was evil as hell. Like, your mama told you that. You go ahead.
And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Right, so that's even talking about your mama. You feel me? Your mama gonna tell your wife, like, oh, what y'all doing? I ain't raised him to be doing that. Y'all don't celebrate birthdays? He celebrated birthdays, girl. You better tell him that y'all celebrating that boy's birthday. I'm telling you, your mama try to get in your girl head. You feel me? That's even more wild. Cause she supposed to be on your side. But that's why I say Christ coming back to destroy all that, man.
Verse 36. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right, borderline, you feel me? You start keeping the laws and commands, they're going to look at you like you crazy. You could grow a beard whenever you want. Grow one because you in the I.S.U.P.K. They're going to look at you like you in a coat or something. There got to be something wrong with you. You growing a beard. Like, come on, man, stop. Everybody got a beard, but you in I.S.U.P.K, you got a beard because you in a coat. Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. Muslims can have beards all they want to.
Right, Muslims can have beards, but you in I.S.U.P.K, there's something wrong with you. You feel me? But because your foes gonna be them of your own household, man. Christ say he coming to cause division, man. Now he ain't coming back for peace, man. That's why I say time is just not. It's not the time to be no coward, man. This is time to gird up your loins. You feel me? Lace up your boots. I'm telling you. Y'all buying too many Nikes. Y'all better stop. Better go and invest in you some boots. Y'all buying too many Nikes.
Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me.
And what are you talking about? For the Christians that don't know these scriptures at all, he's talking about the doctrine. He ain't talking about not loving your mama or your daddy. That's not what he's saying. He's saying that if you love what they taught you, like we was reading about in Numbers about the garlic and the cucumbers and wanted to go back into Egypt. They didn't care nothing about no garlic and no cucumbers. They wanted to be sinners. And that's what he's talking about. Your mama and father more than likely taught you to celebrate your birthday, celebrate Christmas. And he's saying if you into that more than you into me, then, you feel me, go ahead, go be with them. I'm going to deny you in front of my Father in heaven.
And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
And your children can persuade you to get up out the truth and without them even knowing it. Satan using them as a tool. You feel me? All type of different stuff could be going on with your children. You feel me? And you look up and you like, man, I don't know, man. This truth stuff was cool, but you know, I gotta do this for my kids, man. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I gotta stay with this evil woman because she trying to take my kids away. So I'm gonna just stay with her and I'm gonna lead the truth. That happen all the time. So many people don't want to come in here just because they got a white girl. You feel me? And they kids got a white mama. All type of weird stuff. You feel me?
Verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross.
Right. And when he say you take up not his cross, that's talking about your life. You feel me? If you're not ready to lose your life for the truth, which is spiritually and physically, then you really ain't even worthy of the blessings that comes with it anyway. Go ahead.
And followeth after me is not worthy of me.
Right.
Verse 39. He that findeth his life shall lose it.
Right. So he that findeth his life shall lose it. You feel me? You trying to hold on to all that stuff you did in the world, all that evil stuff before you found the truth, you're going to lose your life. You feel me? Real talk, whether it's physical or spiritual. You feel me? And me, I'd take a physical death more than spiritual because fighting them demons on earth, man, ain't nothing nice.
And he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it.
Right, and that's true. And us in I.S.U.P.K in this room And this one body of Christ, we found our life, man. We became whole again coming into this truth, man, in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man. We was dead, man. Stressing all the time. I know I was stressing more than a little bit before I came to the truth. I stressed so much. Like, that's all I did all day long was stress and worry. And it was painful. You feel me? My body was not the same. You feel me? Like, my body was weak and all type of stuff. Like, because I had so much stress on me. You feel me? Because I was trying to save my life. Because I wanted to keep getting high. You feel me? Keep whoring out our sisters, man. Keep being an evil bastard, man. Until I found the truth. Until I found the truth. But yeah, you could drop that. And you could go to Ecclesiastes 37 and 10.
Come, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37, verse 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Verse 11. Neither consult with the woman, touching her of whom she is jealous, neither with the coward in matters of war.
Oh, so like, go back. I was trying to catch up with you. Ecclesiastes 37 and 10.
Come, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37, verse 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee.
Right, and that's talking like you trying to get advice from somebody, you feel me? Then they already know what type of advice to give you to make you do what they want you to do.
And hide thy counsel from such that envy thee.
Right. So like, you know what they always say about like when you try to tell somebody some good news and it end up messing up. You feel me? Like that's just like what that means. You feel me? Like somebody that envy you that don't really want to hear no good news, and you trying to tell them good news, man, and they throwing salt on it. You feel me? And it might make you feel me, reroute what you was about to do when it really was a good idea.
Verse 11. Neither consult with the woman, touching her of whom she is jealous.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Neither with the coward in matters of war.
Right. And you definitely don't want to do that either. Because he going to tell you to do some bitch shit. Salakia.
Nor with the merchant concerning exchange.
Right. Okay, now another thing I want to talk about with that concern with a coward with matters of war. Do you know how many people try to persuade me to not go through Hebrew Academy? You feel me? Like, just talking to them about it like, you do what? You get up at what in the morning? And you drive what? To do what? And what is all for what? For a jacket? You feel me? Like, I'm telling you, man, consult not with a coward, feel me, in matters of war. That's heavy, man. Because this is, man, it's not time for being a coward, man. This is not a good time to be a coward, man.
Nor with an envious man of thankfulness. Nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness. Nor with the slothful for any work.
Right.
Nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work. Nor with an idle servant of much business.
Right. So this what is breaking down with this is just talking about dealing with somebody they're just like a coward at the wrong time. You feel me? You trying to get counsel from the wrong person at the wrong time. You feel me?
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
We're going all the way to 13.
Come, sir. Verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right. So basically, all that being said, all that counsels they was breaking down of what you shouldn't, go to somebody about. At the end of the day, you should go to somebody that's in the I.S.U.P.K. for counsel. You feel me? We got a counseling department. General Hyman is the best counselor I ever seen in my life. I think he's better than any college scholar or psychiatrist in the world. You feel me? And that's who you should be going to for counsel. A godly man. Go ahead.
Whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right.
And let the counsel of thine own heart stand. For if there is no man more faithful unto thee than it. Verse.
So that's it. So at the end of the day, all the counsel you're going to get, you still got to make the right decision. That's what that's saying. You feel me? What it say? But continually with a godly man, not me, and let the counsel of thine own heart stand. So at the end of the day, all the counsel you're going to get, you still got to make the right decision. Feel me? And the right decision is right now is not a time to be a coward, man. It's time to stop being a coward. Take you some good counsel. Stop gossiping with your woman. Getting counsel from her. A lot of people getting counsel from your woman. And you know it. You laying in the bed while she just got through watching Love and Hip Hop. You feel me? She just got through watching some fucking monster ass show. And you sitting there trying to take advice from her about something that happened. And you wonder why everything failed. So you find a godly man, you feel me? Which is only in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander in Honda. You want to get you some good counsel, you feel me? Because time is now to stop being a coward, man. Stop being a punk. So you can drop that. Go to Ecclesiastes, because just go back to chapter 2 and 1.
Come, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Pleasure.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Getting everything you ever wanted in life.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
All the ribs.
Thy soul for temptation.
Now, prepare your soul for temptation, and Satan is finna come at you. You feel me? Prepare your soul for temptation. Be ready to take it like a man, basically. That's all you could do. Be ready to say no and take it like a man. All these temptations, Satan gonna throw at you to make you throw you off, whether it's to get you locked up, killed, whatever. Anything count for Satan. Of course he want to take your life. But of course he want to take your life, but at the end of the day, he would take you you being thrown off your life. You feel me? Anything happening to you, you feel me? You losing your job, whatever. You feel me? You done got into it with your boss at your job, and now you done got fired and you can't pay your rent. All type of stuff, you feel me? But prepare thy soul for temptation. You keep going. We're going all the way to verse 5.
Come, sir. Verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Right. And it's talking about your mind when it's talking about your heart. You know, like you say, like you know a song about heart. Just this black people talking. This is not a white man's book. It's black people writing this. Say your heart. You feel me?
And make not haste in time of trouble.
Right. It say endure. Feel me? It say endure. All the stuff you're gonna go through when you come serve the Lord, it ain't gonna be what you thought. It ain't gonna be all sweet and hugs and kisses. It might seem like that at first, and then it's gonna shift. I know I can attest to that. When I first came into the truth, it was all sweet. Then out of nowhere, everything just was like a tornado. And I ain't saying it still ain't happening or gonna happen, in the future, but I'm just saying it was all good. And then everything got turned upside down. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And it was bad, but I'm like, man, it is what it is. I ain't leaving this truth though. Like, if that was supposed to happen, like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in thy last end.
Right, and that's what's gonna happen. You just stay with the Lord. You stay having faith. Faith is work, though. You feel me? So you stay putting in that work for the truth, and you gonna rise up at the end. Whatever was happening is gonna be like a blur. It's gonna be like it ain't even never happened. It's just gonna be a story you could tell to the next man under you.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
It might be rough. You come outside and see your car spray painted. It might be rough. You come outside and see your windows busted out your car. It might be rough. You go to the slave and they say, man, we got to let you go. You part of a hate group. It might be rough. But the Most High say, what do you say?
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully.
Man, hey, Most High in Christ. It's rough. It's going to be rough. But you just got to say Most High in Christ and keep it moving.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Because that's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to be changed to a low state when you come serve the Lord.
For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right, acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. You feel me? The same way they put gold in the fire to make different stuff, and they melt it down and all that. That's the same way the Most High gonna do with you. The Most High gonna put you in the fire. You feel me? To melt you down and mold you, man. To mold you into a great man, a great man that you never thought you could be. That's exactly what the Most High gonna do. You feel me? Read that one more time. But that's heavy right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Count, sir. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low state. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Acceptable man. That's gonna prove if you're an acceptable man. When you get put in that furnace of adversity and you come out shining like gold. You feel me? You come out Kwame Yashala. You hear me? That's exactly what's going on. I'm telling you, time is now. Time is now for all of that, man. Time is now to stop being a coward, man. Like, real talk. So yeah, you could drop that and go to Luke 17 and 26.
The book of Luke, chapter 17, verse 36.
Oh, Salaki, 26.
26, Salaki. As it was in the days of Noah, so it shall be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Right. So in the days of Noah, we know it was a lot of interracial marriage going on. It was a lot of wickedness, none but sin. It was, right after, not right after, but it was sin was brought into the earth with Adam and Eve, and everything went into chaos. And the Most High say He's gonna flood the earth and kill everybody because there was so much wickedness going on.
Verse 27. They did eat, they drank, they married wives.
And that's just talking about just living like ain't nothing even going on. And that's what's happening right now. They say it's gonna be like the days of Noah and the day of the Son of Man, which is talking about Christ. People just living life. What Dwayne Wade's son what is he having sex for? What is he worried about his sexuality for? You feel me? Like, why are they pushing Dwayne Wade's son to be gay? Like, I just don't get it. He's a kid. He's supposed to be worried about basketball, football. They trying to make him gay. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. And so the boy wants to be a girl, and the individual that this person is dating is a girl that wants to be a boy.
Right. So they ended up being with each other. Look, so, okay, if you don't know, Dwayne Wade's son is a transgender male, which means he's want to be a girl. But he's dating a white girl that wants to be a boy. So it's like, it's double sin because you interracial dating and you get y'all gay. But really y'all not, because this is a girl, this is a boy. He just look like a boy, you just look like a girl. It's so confusing. And this is what Christ was talking about when he said it's going to be like the days of Noah. Go ahead.
They married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
So everybody on earth right now, and that's what they doing. They marrying, giving in a marriage, all type of stuff, eating, drinking, going on yacht parties, doing gender reveals, all that stuff, man. And they don't even know it's a flood coming. And they all about to die. They don't even know it. But the watchmen and the I.S.U.P.K, we yelling it to everybody on the streets to repent, to change their life, man. Before they get caught up in that flood, it's going to be a flood of fire with nuclear bombs. You go ahead.
Verse 28. Likewise, also, as it was in the days of Lot.
See, that's what I'm saying. Homosexuality. And that's what's going on right now. Homosexuality is at an all-time high. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, that goddamn, man, we need a head. No, I ain't going to say that. Get the string flat. Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. I was reading in Illinois, they're trying to pass a bill to teach LGBTQ history in schools.
And the day that happened, I bet you Christ come out the sky. Salakia. No, I ain't gonna say that, but I'm saying, and I know the brother ain't lying because I've been seeing stuff like that too. Well, they trying to push it. They want to push that on these kids, man. Because like the Bible is prophecy, man, and that's exactly what's going on. This is what the Bible said was going to be happening. It's going to be like the days of Noah, Lot, all that. You go ahead.
Likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded.
They build it. Ain't that what they doing? They build it. They building up all over. Like this place ain't about to burn. Like the COVID ain't just almost stopped this place and bankrupt this place.
But the same as the day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from the heaven and destroyed them all.
Right, and that's what's gonna happen to this place. That's what's gonna happen to this place, man. But it's gonna be nuclear bombs, which that's all that was. They're gonna be coming out the sky, blasting, destroying all this stuff they trying to build.
Verse 30.
Are we going all the way to 33?
Come, sir. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop, and his stuff in the house, let him come not down and take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back.
Right, it's just leave everything. Forget it all. Your pictures, the yearbooks, all that stuff, the trophies from basketball. Leave all that stuff and get out of there, man. We about to be freed. You feel me? That's what's about to happen. Blacks and Hispanics is finally finna be free, man. And it's gonna be by force, whether you like it or not.
Remember Lot's wife.
Oh, remember that. Remember that. I don't want to say that. But yeah, remember Lot's wife. She was stupid. She was stupid and she missed Sodom. She missed Sodom and Gomorrah and she died because of it.
Whosoever shall seek to save his life shall lose it. And whosoever shall lose his life shall preserve it.
Right, man. So when she turned around, that wasn't just a turn around like, oh, I left my house shoes. She turned around because she missed it. She was going to miss Sodom and Gomorrah. The same way they missed Egypt, man. And Christ said, whoever seek to save his life is going to lose it. You're going to lose it, man. For real. But what it say? Whoever shall lose his life shall preserve it. So you ready out here to die for this truth, lose everything for this truth, man. You're going to gain everything back times 10, man. If I'm not mistaken, that's in the scriptures. So yeah, you could drop that and go to Matthew 6 and 19.
Come, sir. The book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt.
Right. And that's just talking about just all the stuff like just the lustful stuff that you care about. Gold chains, watches, TVs, just anything that make you feel like you got money.
And where thieves break through and steal.
Right. It's stuff that's not worth nothing, man. And a lot of people is dying over stuff that ain't worth nothing, man, for real. Cars. You buying cars, it ain't worth nothing after you buy it. You buying jewelry, it ain't worth nothing after you buy it. Diamonds, all that stuff. All the stuff you care about because you want to be like the rich and the famous. But it ain't really worth nothing after you buy it.
Verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Right, that's talking about the truth. They can't steal the truth. They can steal everything in your house, but they can't steal the truth. They could break in and destroy everything in your house, but they can't destroy the truth, man. And that's all you're supposed to be putting your heart to, is the truth. All that stuff is cool. I ain't saying you can't have no flat screens, no gold chain. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying, but if that's all you care about, that's all your life desire is, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it, man.
Verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
Right.
Verse 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Keep going on 23.
Come, sir. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness.
So that's just talking about what you see. Like what you see and what you do is what you are. You hear me? What you see, what you do, that's who you are, man. You see some evil and you do it, your whole body is full of evil. You see some good and you do it, your whole body is full of good. Man.
If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Right. How great is that darkness? That darkness is very great. You feel me? It's very great. You feel me? When you let darkness take over your whole body. You feel me? When all you care about is materialistic stuff, that's all you care about, man. You don't understand. You are a coward, man. You are, and that's feminine too. That's real feminine for a man. So all he care about is materialistic stuff. That's women do that, man. This ain't the time for that. Buy you some boots. You trying to go buy you some fat ass Balenciagas? Look like socks so you can impress who? Who you gonna impress? What real woman even care about that stuff, man? But a hoe. You trying to impress some hoes. I hope so. I hope that's what you're trying to impress. I don't know no women that even care about stuff like that for real. But yeah, though, lay up not for stuff that do rust and moth come destroy and thieves break into your house to steal. Right now is the time for you to only labor and care about the truth, man. That's what the time is. The truth, man. Keeping these laws and commandments, man. That's what time we living in right now. Not the time for trying to keep up with the newest Jordans, man. The newest car. I'm finna go get the new wrap put on my car, man. Look, all right, do what you gotta do, man. But when thieves break into your house and steal it, don't be mad about it either. Because this ain't even the time for that. We living in utter poverty. But you trying to pull up in the hood and make everybody look like they poor. When they really is. And you are too. You just might be up a little level. And then you're going to be mad when they coming in your house to steal it. Because that ain't what you're supposed to be laboring for anyway. It's supposed to be the truth.
Verse 24.
No, you could drop it right there. We going to no, yeah, go ahead with that. I'm tripping.
Salaki.
Yeah, go ahead. Salaki, that's the one I wanted. I'm tripping.
Salaki, so it was chapter 10.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 10.
10 and 24. No, 6, yeah.
6.
Matthew 6.
6.
6 and 24.
Salaki.
That's all good. I threw you off a little bit, my bad.
Verse 24. No man can serve two masters.
Right.
For he either will hate the one and love the other.
Right. You can't love white Jesus and black Jesus. That's why they always say Jesus don't got no color. Jesus is olive. He green, this and that. Because you can't look. Because they know if you got to come to the truth that Christ is a black man. Guess what? You got to start loving black people. You can't love white people as much as you did before. And then after a while, you can't love them at all. You can't serve two masters, man. You either gonna hate one and love the other.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
Right.
Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
Right. You cannot. I think mammon is like evil. Can't serve God and evil. That's not true. You feel me? It's either one or the other. You either all the way in or you all the way out. All these fake Israelite groups talking about they got the truth. Nigga, you either all the way in or you all the way out. Can't have two masters, man. The hell out of here. But time is now to stop being a coward. So if you are in a fake Israelite group, it might be a good time for you to leave. Might be a good time for you to go and get up out that fake group and come in the truth, man. Or you gonna burn with this place too. So you could drop that. Go to 2nd Esdras 6 and 54.
Come, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Right, him come we all. Because you got to understand, his seed was the last one on earth because of Noah came out of Adam and everybody died in the flood.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee.
Wait, and say all and the people that I have chosen. To show you that the Most High choose a people. You feel me? The Most High chose a group of people. There's a lot of people running around, but he chose a group of people that he wanted to be superior to the rest of the people.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
Right. So he really just asking a question. He being impatient. Because he's wondering, like, man, the Lord, you made the world for our sake. You feel me? You chose us. But why are we at the bottom? And that's what black people are wondering right now to this day. But the I.S.U.P.K got the answer. Go ahead.
But be like unto spittle.
Right. Say the other nations is like spit because they are to the Most High. The Most High loves blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Everybody else is just collateral damage. The Africans, the white people, the Asians, they just here to work and make us even richer. But instead, we making them rich. That's why I say. That's why he's saying what that was. 54. He say, "Whom thou hast made Lord of all thy creatures, and him come we all, and whom thou hast chosen, because thou have bespoken before made of the world for our sakes, man. He made the world for our sakes, not for us to be enslaved like we is right now. But all this stuff gonna have to stop. You feel me? All this stuff is gonna have to stop. You go ahead.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel."
Right. That's just like you drops like a little bit of pop out this cup. You feel me? You're not gonna be mad about it. It's not gonna mean nothing to you because you got more left. And that's how the Most High looks at the other nations.
Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing.
Right. The heathens always been nothing. Don't let the Christians lie to you saying everybody can be saved.
Which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
And that's what's going on. This is talking about black people. And he's asking a question because he's been impatient on the time when Christ going to come and save us. You feel me? He said these people have become lords over us and they devouring us, man. That's exactly what's happening, man. 500,000 abortions a year. 2 million black men in prison. The crack epidemic, man. The Mexicans on the border, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Salakia, sir. In 2nd Ezra, was this the Greek period?
I think this was before, but I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I'm just hypothesizing. But of course, we get the answer though, the correct answer. But I'm thinking it's before that the Maccabees and all that.
Come on, sir. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover.
Right. He called us our firstborn because the firstborn belongs to the Most High of all your children. You feel me? So Israel was the firstborn, which means that's who belonged to him out of all these nations on earth.
Are given into their hands.
All right, which is true. We slaves to these people, man. They're taking all our money.
Verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Esdras was mad. He asking questions. He like, man, look, man, what is going on, man? We is the greatest people on earth. Why the hell are we in utter poverty like this? And that's what we feel in I.S.U.P.K. Every brother that came in I.S.U.P.K. felt like Esdras, man. They was wondering why the hell even if they not even poor. There's brothers in I.S.U.P.K. that's wealthy. But they see the plight of their people and was like, man, something ain't right. Like, how the hell we the best at everything, but we sitting here poor and in dirt?
How long shall this endure?
He was impatient, man. We just read how Christ say, you got to be patient until the end and all that. But Esdras, that was the New Testament. Esdras didn't have them scriptures. Esdras didn't have them, so he's sitting there like, man, look, how long are we going to endure, man? What is going on? This is getting out of hand, man. So, yeah, drop that and go to 2nd Esdras 7 and 56.
Khan, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we considered not that we should begin to suffer for it, even after death.
Right. So now this is the answer to his question. You hear me? He didn't understand that we suffering from what we did in our past life. We didn't know that we would, though. Now he's getting the answer. You feel me? And he's reciting it. Go ahead.
Verse 57.
Are we going to 60?
Come, sir. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
This answer to his question. He went from, man, we Adam, are we chosen? These heathens lords over us. They like spit, but we getting treated like nothing. He was wondering and questioning, the angels and stuff. But then he didn't got the answer and realized that, man, this is the condition of the battle. This is what was supposed to happen when we sin against our God. When we come back in the earth, we're going to be in utter poverty. We're going to be in hell. The heathen's going to rule over us. Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Right, and that's what we doing right now. We fighting. We fighting these temptations, these demons, all this stuff, man. That's what we fighting in the I.S.U.P.K. They talking about we a hate group. We ain't killing nobody. We fighting Satan. You feel me? That's what we fighting. Go ahead.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory.
He get the victory. That's what we doing. We trying to get the victory. All this stuff we going through in life, we trying to get the victory. Because we understand that this is the condition of the battle.
But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
Let's talk about the laws and commandments. Choose keeping the laws and commandments, man. Choose not suffering the curses, man.
Nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him. No, nor me, which have spoken unto them.
Right, and that's the truth. You feel me? We will not understand the answer to why we in hell. And it's because we won't keep the laws and commandments. We keep wondering, what is the problem? What is this? What is that? It's because we not keeping the laws and commandments. It's that simple. We just won't get it. We think it's cryptocurrency, stocks and bonds. Got to start a business. Got to get the 401k right. Got to do this. We got to stop the generational curses. When it's just really all we got to do is keep the laws and commandments. That's it. But this is the thing. It's gonna be hard to do it because we're not in our kingdom. We in all these different kingdoms that push sin. They push you to be a hoe, push you to be a whoremonger, push you to smoke weed, push you to sell weed. So the condition of the battle is rough, but it's a worthy victory at the end once you're done fighting. It's a worthy victory. So if I could, give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. We just got 2 more chapters and then we'll clip it.
Come, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
It's the what?
The whole duty of man.
If you want to know something the Christian churches have not taught you, what do you got to do to please God? What is our job? When we born out our mama's stomach, you feel me? When we taken out our mama, put on that table, umbilical cord cut, circumcised if you a man, what is this baby's duty? You feel me? You telling him to go to college. Ain't nothing wrong with college. I'm just saying. You telling him to go be in $500,000 worth of debt, going to college, and not even do the job you went to college for. You just tell him to go. You didn't give him no advice. You just said go. He went, and now he's $500,000 in debt, and he working at Walmart. You feel me? You tell him to go be a football player, broke his damn neck, and now he paralyzed. You tell him to go be a basketball player, tore his meniscus, and his knee can't walk straight ever again. You don't understand. Now read this one more time, if you could, a little loud, so people watching the stream or check the class out later can know what they need to tell their children if they want to stop generational curses, you want to stop all the evil stuff that's happening to us. Go ahead.
Come, sir. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is the answer. That's what he's saying. The conclusion of the whole matter.
Fear God.
Fear God.
And keep his commandments.
And keep the commandments, man.
For this is the whole duty of man.
If you ever wanted to know how to get out of poverty, how to change your life, how to stop police brutality, all that stuff, keep the commandments. Fear God. Something we ain't done. And you ain't never been taught to do. You've been taught to fear your preacher. Fear the white man. And that's why they say we a hate group. Because we don't fear no preachers or the white man. We fear God, man. Because we understand he going to give us the blessing at the end, man. So yeah, last scripture I want to give me John 16 and 20.
The book of John, chapter 16, verse 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. Verse 21. A woman, when she is in travail, hath sorrow, because her hour is come.
Right. So like a woman, when she pregnant, it's real painful. And then when the baby come out, she forget all that pain and she realize something beautiful is born. You feel me? And that's us like fighting through all this stuff we going through now. You feel me? But not giving in to temptation, not giving in to sin.
But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish, for the joy that a man is born into the world.
Right. And that's just like, if you want to compare that to what happened with us at the Passover with Hebrew Academy. You feel me? It was a lot of pain and suffering we went through. But once it was over, man, it was nothing but rejoicing and party. You go ahead. Just the 22 and we done after that.
Come, sir. And ye now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man taketh from you.
Right, no joy. Your joy no man will take it away from you. Feel me? Keeping these laws and commandments, fighting for this truth. No joy, nobody could take it away from you. No, if I come class over to the trooper. I mean, Salaki. Officer 50, Omar. Salaki.
We'll read the security announcements. We have the I.S.U.P.K started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister: when a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. A tenth in the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we'll get further clarification on that. We'll do a courtesy salute to the teacher. Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbat, class dismissed.